All right, Chris, you should be live. We should be live.
Hello, guys. This is a last minute live stream for me. Basically, I want to let everybody know that you can basically ask any questions or nonsense and find out a little bit more about me. I mean, we know a lot about Paul. We,
I would hope
you know,
so.
so it's just so that we can get my name out there a little bit more and stuff like that. But give you a little background. In the last 40 some odd years of my life, I've worked ambulances, I've worked at corrections facilities, I've hunted, I've fished, I've camped, and been in many different hats, so to speak. Uh, got to see some places around the world, but not that many. Um, but I'm also a type 1 diabetic since the age of 6, so a lot of stuff evolves around that. Hey Renee, how's it going? So
I think I'm live streaming onto my channel twice.
probably
All right.
it's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, let's figure out which one is which, and then I'll kill the one that's not the right one.
There you go. That sounds like a plan. But Paul was kind enough to work with me a little bit and the getting this going. So, but we were able to activate. Well, heck, Terry Andrews State Park. What was it? US 1458, July 1st, right during the 13 colonies, which was really nice for Paul to come up here from when he was jumping down in Chicago. And we had a fun activation, met two hams, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of neat that the table right behind us, had a couple hams right at it.
Yeah, and well, and then the one guy said he was camping in the campground, so that was uh, that was pretty cool too. But the he's like, yeah, I don't have a radio out there or whatever else, so I'm like, it's something different. But I had a couple questions why I went with the G90, and I stick with pretty much Baofengs or hand-me-down radios, and a lot of that is just because with going through the Big D, I'm watching what I'm spending in case I have to pay any kind of maintenance or child support. No, I don't make a ton of money, so it
So the G90 was the affordable option.
correct. As much as I would love to have an 891, because of the 100 watts, but the G90, it works great. 20 watts, unless you're in a RF hell like I am, because I have a gas station across the street. I have a LED, what do you call those? LED billboards. Have you seen
Yeah,
those yet, Paul? Yeah.
yeah.
It's, it's, I live within an RF hell because there's so
Lots of
much,
noise.
lots of noise, lots of noise. So G90 is um, pretty easy and compact, and I can get it out of here and go and try to activate parks and go other places. But with the style of camping that I want to start doing that I haven't been able to do in about 10 years, 15 years, um, I got to figure out a backpack instead of a go box to carry with. So it's going to be interesting.
I'm gonna take your channel link. I'm gonna pin it to the top of my chat, so that way, as the chat goes, people won't miss it. So there's a link pinned at the top of the chat there to go to Chris's channel, and it does show on your channel that you are live.
Well, that's a plus. And good old Paul here got me to switch over to a different streaming platform. So otherwise, we'd be on StreamYard. And honestly, I don't know if that would have been better or not, but it's just we're working out the bugs with that for me. So that was interesting in itself.
Yeah, I don't remember when I was using StreamYard if you could have guests stream to their respective channels in the free version. We had the paid version with Live Free and Ham till they doubled the cost of us on us. So yeah, now we're using EV Mux. It's not bad. There's a lot of kind of OBS functionality to it. Where like you can have intros and outros and scene transitions, and there's a lot of like built-in sound effects and things too. It's kind of neat.
Well, that's always a good thing because we really didn't do an intro on it. It was a thrown together last minute thing, but it works, and I will have to play around with it some more and try to do some more live streams. With having two kids that are still in school, it's difficult sometimes to get out and do videos. But and then sometimes I over video it and don't want to cut half the crap out too.
Yeah, I think it's a common misconception that having a YouTube channel is an easy thing to do. It certainly for me it was a big learning curve where my early videos were just absolutely garbage. And still I'll get comments on like my FX4CR tutorial on how to get Bluetooth audio working during transmit. And people will comment on it. They'll be like, "Oh, you didn't get to the content quick enough. Like, I don't have time for this or whatever." And it's like, hey, it's you're not going to please everybody. So as long as you're doing it for you and you're learning and you're growing, you're having fun with it, then that's what matters. Because if you're not having fun with it, then it just becomes a chore, and you're not going to want to do it.
Yep, and that's true. And a lot of stuff, it's just like um, life in general. You got to do your dishes, you got to do your laundry, you got to do whatever. You don't want the ham radio. Hold on a second. Ham radio to be a chore of yours, so to speak, to do things. So it's just one of those things, and
So,
that's a very very big thing.
while we got a second of pause here, let's just. There's a good amount of people in the chat. So hi Renee,
Yep.
Hi Jason. Hope you feel better, Jason. Rabbit, George left K Murder's activation video to come here. Thank you, George.
Thanks, George.
Andy, brother, good to see you. Hope you're well. Eamon, good to see you. Eric, good to see you. So the reason why we're doing this live stream tonight is Chris is looking to build his channel. He's looking to live stream a little bit more, and he asked for help. And so we are live streaming on both channels. The link to his channel is pinned to the top of the comment section and or the chat box there on my channel. And we're just we're having a little AMA session. So if you've got questions for Chris, you wanna know what is Chris Radio in Life all about, and who is KD9YSW? Throw your questions in the chat, and we'll answer them live. And with that, Chris, you start saying something, and I'm going to grab a beer.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee because we're working night shift, it's not always pleasant when you wake up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and then have to stay up all night. So it's a wonderful thing at times. But working third shift and making sure that my children are properly fed and everything else so that I can go out and play radio is working. And thank you, Jason, for subscribing. Is one of those things. And my 11-year-old has been watching my channel a little bit, and he's watching others that I have shown him. Yes, Paul, he watched our video together, and then I think he watched one of Eric's videos, and there he is in the background. He, I gave him a ham study just because I wanted to see if he could even do it, and he's been doing. I think he said he got a 95% the last time he took it. So
Nice.
maybe when he's ready, I mean, he's ready, but when he's ready to do it, um, we will get him his ham ticket and we'll go and activate a park together when we have a weekend and let his sister go play on the playground. Because a little 6-year-old doesn't always want to, you know, want to sit there with daddy while he's sitting at a picnic bench trying to raise. So, Eric, what question do you got? Now, Eric, this is a very good question. I work in I work at a company called Kohler Company, which they produce bathtubs, sinks, lavatories, and we make them in all shapes, colors, sizes, and everything else.
That's a pretty big name company.
Yes, it is. And it's literally 10 minutes down the road, which is great. But I work in the enamel shop where we make colors. And I have been trying to slowly but surely get a hold of a um, administrator since working third shift to see if I could bring in a radio on the weekend when production's not going on and try to use it as an antenna. Now, I could just use my kitchen sink here at home, but we all know wires and everything else throw off a lot of RF in old houses. So I will see if I can get something maybe in a box someday and try a a little bathroom sink, a lavatory is what we call them. And if anybody ever says that it's a drinking fountain, no, Kohler actually says, and it's copyrighted as a bubbler. So there's a good fun fact of information.
The old bubbler and drinking fountain debate.
Yes, I got corrected a lot of times. They have now taken out all the bubblers in the shop though and put water bottle, filler uppers so that we can do it,
There you go. Yeah, see,
which is much.
I'm thinking what Bob was thinking, right? Is I mean, you're a G90 guy. The G90 is supposed to be able to tune anything. So
Yep.
yeah, hook some leads onto that and and have at it.
I'll have to see if I can go over to the foundry where we don't have any enamel on it, and that'll be easier to clip on. Be right metal to metal, but
Yeah.
because what I apply is basically glass to the sinks. So they add, but it putting that glass on there, we all know that's an insulator. It's one of those things. But it's a fun job. It really is. Work with some great people. But
Well, it's good. You know, if you like your job, then you're less apt to be miserable all the time.
oh, you know how it goes. You're still miserable at times because, well, this happens or that happens or whatever else. I also am a union steward for the shop, so I get to work with individuals that get into trouble, and the it's a great place to work, but it's also a great challenge every day to sit there and sweat your body off to make sure you have good product going out the door. And I just got notifications for the kids table, so I want to recommend everybody going over to the kids table after this. Um,
The kids'
you know,
table starts in 30 minutes, yeah?
yep, it'll be Jeff's K3 JRZ's 2,000 subscriber giveaway, which he's been working on for a while too. Great guy. So, but it's a, I'll tell you this right now, it's a balmy 40 degrees outside, I believe. Nope, sorry, wrong. I was off by 20 degrees. Last time I went outside, I was freezing my butt off. So, um, you know, it was a great time. So
Yeah. Well, I think we're in the 60s here. It's chilly, but it's not that cold.
that's not bad.
The other
We
night,
had,
though, it got down in the 40s, and I had the heat on in the RV. 40s is cold.
I have windows open, fans going, everything yet, because I'm by a hot furnace most of the night. So try to cool myself down a little bit. But
It looks like
anyways,
we had a little clarification there in the chat. I could have sworn that Ed was a channel member of mine, and apparently he was, but he had just had an issue, and so he rejoined the channel. So thanks for that, Ed. Appreciate all
that's a
the
good thing.
channel members in the chat. Chris, you'll get there eventually. I think what is it? You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, something like that, where you
Correct.
can. Yeah.
And Rabbit actually just asked a question. I'm trying to,
Oh, there you
what
go.
direction, thanks. What direction do I hope to see your channel going over the next year? I'm hoping that people can see a little delve into my ham radio journey. Paul knows. I think he was actually one of my VEs for my general, and I had Jeff, and I can't remember who the third was or fourth was, but I got my general this past December. I'm actually aiming for the end of the year to get my extra, so I've been studying like crazy for that. I might do a live stream here in the next couple of weeks when I don't have the kids, and just to do a study session, so to speak.
There you go. As
Uh,
long as you get it before Todd, you're good.
well, I don't think Todd's going to get his for a while. I think he'll be retired when he gets his.
It's very possible. I think he just likes the something extra with Todd segment on the Live Free and Ham podcast. So he's just going to stay a general, and we'll just keep rolling with it.
Yes, I think so too. I really do think so too. I mean, you got. Um, I've been listening to the Live Free and Ham podcast for I don't know, a year now. I've been sending win links to N10G for about 2 months. I missed a couple weeks here in the last month, unfortunately, but there was the um, 24-hour POTA going on and a
Yep.
couple other things. So I'm
And
not.
when you send me the win links, I read them when we do the shows. So
Yes, and then I sit there and laugh while I'm at work listening to them. So it's the only time I have 3 hours to basically give to myself to listen to the whole thing. Um, but I try to actively use WinLink. So you guys can reach me at KD9YSW on there. I also try to play a little JSA call. Um, where I'm actively trying to do more things that'll be more beneficial to if I'm away from society a little bit.
A little bit more emergency communication focused.
Yes, not really heavy on the MCOM, but a little bit on the. At least I'm able to communicate no matter what happens. It's the old PACE plan I learned a long time ago, um, working in corrections and stuff like that. I mean, I worked in an ambulance where you can't get a radio signal out because you're down in a hole. And I'm like, let's go to the top of the hill. We can call them up there. And
And
that's what happened.
for those that don't know, PACE is an acronym. It stands for Primary,
Yes,
Alternate, Contingency, and Emergency. And you should always have those planned for at least the major things.
correct. Um, but let's go to Eric's question here.
Oh, it was just a
Oh,
comment.
oh, it was a comment? Okay, I thought it was a
Yeah.
question. Okay.
No, he was saying that you're still ahead of Mike N2MAK by a few weeks because the only people that consistently have sent win links to me for the show is you and Mike, and so I think you're up on him by a few.
Well, Mike, I also include Mike in my win link, so he knows what's going on. I'm actually I have a old Kenwood's TM733A here at the house that I use for the QTH communications, and I have to figure out the digirig with that so that I can use the low. There's one about 30 minutes to about 25 miles away from me,
Okay.
so I can reach them from the house because of where my antenna is, and it's great. It with having that close, I can do that. But the other nice thing is because I have that. I showed Paul this when we met for the POTA, but I have a 20 amp hour battery box with power poles and all that. In fact, I think I put pictures up on my channel about it. Um, didn't do a video because it was just the start of me doing some stuff on there. But I'm able to plug every radio that I have in the house into that box because I put power poles on all of them, and I can just go, okay, well, we got no electricity, let's use this, and do that. I actually got a solar charge controller, and I have a solar panel. Cheap. It was a hand me down that someone gave me that works great for my little 20 amp hour. I'm looking at power film. I'm looking at all the different other ones that are out there. I'm actually,
Power phone's really nice, but it's not cheap.
I understand. So buy once, cry once, right?
Well, unfortunately, hams aren't their demographic. We just happen to really like what they're putting out.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Very true. But they are some of the best on the market.
for
But like
sure.
I said, I'm looking at different options, so to speak. I mean, I have a Harbor Freight here in town. It's not like I can't go get the whatever solar panels that they have there, which say 20 watts, but they probably only put out like 10. you know, um, but they're at least foldable and more compact than the panel that I have. Um, so,
Well, for me, I've yet to get solar that I can mount on the RV, but I do have two portable setups. One is the Renogy 100-watt briefcase, it's a little big, it's a little bulky, um, but it puts out a ton of power. It's really nice. The other one is this small setup that I got from a Amazon company called Nice Solar.
Okay.
But when it's folded up, it's about maybe 11 inches by 7 inches by maybe 3 inches thick. Um, and then you unfold it, and you've got numerous options. It's even got a power pole direct on it. I wouldn't plug the power pole direct because it puts out about 28 volts. So it's a little bit more than what your radio is going to want, but it
I
was
got a
really affordable too. I think it was like maybe $100 or less.
I have that solar charge controller. I don't know where it is right now,
The one
but
that To did the
yeah,
review on.
it's one like one of his that he has where you just plug it in. I put power poles on each side. I usually put that in, before the battery or the power pole, so
Yep,
it's
I got
just
one of those
connected,
too, and they're really nice and they're small. So
and they're quiet.
mm.
That's quiet, but the solar panel I have right now is not quiet. Does that make any sense?
So Eric just got a 50-watt flex plane for the trucks. Charges All-Star mobile
Ooh.
battery. That's that's cool. I've been debating for a while on how I could get you know almost like a solar film kind of deal that would fit on my hard tonneau cover. It'd have to be 3 sections so that it could fold. But um,
Actually, Tio did one, but he did it on his um living. What is it? His RV channel.
yeah, living for a
Um,
living.
yeah, living for a living. He did something up on his roof that they were, I think, 200-watt panels, but I'm sure they make them smaller than that.
Yeah, those stick up a little proud for what I'm thinking for the truck.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I want something really really thin and flat that would so that way when I fold the tonneau cover up, it folds over onto itself. I don't want to break the panels.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, maybe you can do something similar on top of your RV.
Well, yeah, sure, absolutely. At some point, that's the goal is to essentially cover as much space as I can on the roof of the RV with solar.
I mean, I've owned one RV because of marriage, and I've been thinking about getting a small one eventually when I replace my my current vehicle to do something similar, where or buy it with it, whatever it is, because a lot of them have them in it already. If you buy new, I'm not
Yeah,
going to try to buy new because I'm sorry, I just can't. Um, but that's one thing I've been looking at where, hey, if I decide to pull over for a day, I don't need to have battery hookup or power. I could just, okay, I'm good. You know, grab some water from somewhere, dump it in the tank. Okay, I'm fine.
yeah.
I still do a lot of tent camping.
I mean, even I often don't have water in my freshwater tank. I have gallon jugs of water, and I have 5 gallon jugs of drinking water, and so like that's what I'll use. It's just I don't know. It's a little bit more convenient to fill up bottles than it is sometimes to drag out a hose and you know measure out how much you're putting in your freshwater tank, and then that also takes away from the 12-volt battery every time you run the pump. And
Yep.
but
And it depends on um, where you are and everything else too. I mean, if you're not close, you're going to be 2 days away from a electrical source. You got to keep battery power as much as possible so you can do other things, so to speak.
yeah, well, and that's where they just set the solar panels out on the side, and there's a port on the side of the camper, and it's literally just an SAE connector that goes direct to
Okay.
the batteries. There's nothing in between. But so what I do is I take that little green solar charge controller that To did a review on. I plug that into the trailer, and then I plug the two sets of solar panels into that, and that does me just fine.
That works pretty good. Yeah, actually, I got a little. It's like this big, has wires coming off of it. To
Yep.
did, and
Yep.
it has four different. I think it's four different battery, types. And I just had keep it on the LiPo 4, and it works great. It's a little 10 MPP, 10 charger. Um, I wish I could find it, but I sort of have a
Yeah.
mess down here right now because I have a 80-meter Wyndham off-center fed dipole sitting on my floor, all cut and ready to go up, except I have no real place to put it. Yeah.
Well, it's just another problem to be solved. And I will find the link for that solar charge controller, and I'll throw it down in the description after the live stream.
All
Get
right, sounds good.
about 15 minutes here before kids table, if my eyes don't
Yeah,
deceive me. So,
correct.
Chris, if you want to just I don't know, maybe answer one or two more questions or things that you want people to know about you and your channel and what you got coming up here in the next week or two.
Sure. If anybody wants to throw one more question in the chat, that'd be great. I will answer that, and then I'll fill you guys in on some stuff here. Um, this weekend, I'm gonna go out and try to do a local POTA, something I tried this last weekend and got rained out. So, um, just was a pain in the butt and couldn't decide which antenna to put up. That was another fiasco. I'm glad I didn't video that, or did I? I can't remember. But I'm going to try to go back to that park and activate it. It's just north of me here, about 30 minutes, just north of Cleveland, Wisconsin, which is a very, very, very small town here in Wisconsin. And then I'm just going to try to start hitting different POTA parks. When I don't have the kids, I'm going to go to them. If I do have the kids, I'll probably go to ones that have a, um, what you call it, you know, playgrounds. Playgrounds. So
Yep. Yep.
it's,
Parks with playgrounds. That was the kids got something to do while Dad was doing his thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you got to push on a swing. So, and I just saw Rabbit Ham put up Chris coffee or energy drinks. I pretty much just drink coffee. I do have an energy drink from time to time, but very often. And the only energy drinks that I really like to get, if I can find them, are Rippets. And they got to be warm. They can't be cold. They got to be warm Rippets. It's got to be that way. And Paul understands why. um,
Yeah. Well, there's not really convenient fridges in the desert, so yeah.
yeah, I that's where I learned to like them, and that's the way that I'm going to keep liking them. So it's one of those things.
Shannon says there should be a way to sort the parks on the POTA app to which parks have playgrounds. She's also got a little one, so
Yeah, that would be really nice. Luckily, I know a couple of them around let's say within an hour drive that do have them. Where the one where Paul and I activated has one. Other ones like that don't always have them. So I'll just go to one that has one. The one, of course, it is Chris. he uh, he uh, he doesn't understand that whole warm concept. Um, we didn't have ice.
things are a little different between the Air Force and the Army.
Yes, they are. Um, so I'll go to those different parks. Now, I have trained on reserve Air Force bases for my former job with the state of Wisconsin. Um, so I have eaten Air Force food, which is actually relatively nice. Um, and maybe I can find some old video of me going to those trainings so that it's something another divulge. But the whole meaning behind my channel is Chris Radio and Life. So you'll see a little video from me on the radio, but then you might see another video of me just doing everyday life of going to a friend's house or going somewhere, and there'll be shorts and stuff like that. I've done a lot of shorts where like I don't hear anybody on 5.2. I've been calling out on 5.2 for a while. I stopped for a little bit. I started back up after Ham Radio 2.0 Jason's 30-day video series when you said call out on 5.2. It's a great thing. I talked to Paul from the park on 5.2. It's great when you don't want to sit there and flip through all your damn memories on your radio. It is. It
Well,
works.
it's called the calling frequency.
Yes.
It's where everybody should be waiting to answer a call.
Well, and that's the thing. Um, you have to. Let's use it. Let's just use it. I
Yep.
did get to divulge into a little bit of 220. Unfortunately, the 220 repeater is now gone from the area. We will. I will try to get back on 220 as soon as I can because that's a really fun band to play with. It honestly is. Um, right now, I am trying to figure out this thing. Paul was kind enough to send me a DMR radio. I have a DMR hotspot, so I will, as soon as I figure out how to get everything programmed with it, I will be getting on to different reflectors in different rooms and stuff like that and talking to different people. Um, the repeaters around here are very quiet.
Well, and DMR is a whole world of its own, and so you're gonna have to go down that rabbit hole. So that radio is a GD77, and it has the open GD77 firmware on it.
Okay.
So you can start your rabbit hole there.
Hold on a second. Let's see if I can do this.
Oh, don't do it on
Okay.
stream. You've only got a
No,
couple of
no, no,
minutes
no.
here.
I have the OpenGD77 programmer right. It's on my desktop right now. I just wanted to
There you
pull out
go.
and make sure that was that. So I was able to find that last night. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I was doing All Star with the 220, so I want to get back into All Star a little bit too with maybe a mobile node instead of at home node. I was having problems with my home internet, not giving me an open port to get out to the All Star network. So there's
And
that.
that's where my next venture of learning is going to come in. Whatever IAX stands for and how that all works, that's what I got to figure out. So I can get it working
That's a
with Starlink. Yeah.
that's a Freddie Mac question.
Oh, 100%. And, fortunately, we had Freddie Mac on the Live Free and Hand podcast this last week. I think the episode
Okay.
drops on Monday. Um, So yeah, it'll be a good episode. We asked a lot of questions and really picked his brain.
That's a good thing because that man, he's helped me on my at the time WB9X with setting up his All Star, um, and now it's just a whatever thing. But I'm really glad to see we were able to get it both on both channels because it's gonna be nice once I am able to do a little bit more free talking, so to speak. I can put out different stuff. Yes, you're going to see the radio side of things, but you're also going to see the life side of things. Like I said, I've been a type 1 diabetic for over 40 years. I do a lot of stuff. You'll always see what looks like a pager on one side of my body, no matter what. Um, and that's just so that I get insulin and keep moving and keeps me alive. So, um,
Well,
but I've also been the
I'd be willing to bet that there's probably a fair amount of people that would want to know on YouTube, kind of like what that's like, what it entails, and how that affects your life, and how you've had to live your life differently as a result of it.
and those videos are gonna come. It'll be a sit down. I'll do the video, and you know, I might do the video while I'm playing radio and just say this is what's going on. So um,
There you go.
it's a different life, different lifestyle a little bit. Gotta pinch the pennies so you can get the stuff. So
There's nothing wrong with
yeah,
being frugal.
no, it's not. It's not. But I'll tell you this: don't use RG400 for POTA coax. Yes, I dropped my G90 off the back of the vehicle because of it.
Oh, you pulled a
Uh,
Shane.
I pulled worse than a Shane. I did it twice. So, but what are you gonna do?
Any damage to the radio?
Uh, the guards got one guard got bent and one guard got scratched. So it's nothing major. I could put a little paint on it if I wanted to, but I'm like, no, it needs a nick. But
All right. Well, it sounds like you got metal rails on it then.
yes,
Yeah. All
G90s
right.
come with it, so, come with it, so to speak. So it's
Okay.
all good. But nope, and I'm gonna start delving into figuring the backpack here in the next couple weeks also. So it might be a shopping video or something like that.
So when you say backpack, you talking like just a POTA setup all in a backpack, or are you talking about a man pack? What are you
I'm
working on?
talking, I'm talking like a go bag. So like your POTA bag, but it's a
Okay.
go bag. So I can basically put the radio in and go. Um, Paul showed me some pouches he uses for different stuff in his bag. I picked up some of those. They work wonders. Shadow Circuits gave me a little bag, and I've been using my DE19 on it in it for the G90. Just different bags and stuff like that. So people have different options, so to speak. Not everybody's the same.
Yep. That is very true. And I mean, my bags, I got them all in different colors so that I could color code and kind of just open my bag and have an understanding just the color of the little canvas bags. Um, it's just my method of organizing. But some people like I know Bricker's got some clear containers, and those are really neat. I like his system of organizing. Yeah, it's whatever works for you.
And I knew the bags would work for me really well. And actually, I took one of them into work so I can keep all my tools for my stuff, in the in my locker at work. So it works really good. Only need a couple things in there, so it's the perfect size. But I want to say thank you to everybody that came. That's a big thing. And we as YouTubers can't do half the stuff that we do without your help. So please like, share, and subscribe to any channel that you enjoy. Um, and I have videos that are up. So if you guys want to go back and review them, go right ahead. I'll answer the questions when I answer the questions. Um, Eric did my last premiere, and I didn't wake up, so I went and answered his, and I was answered it right as I got up, so that he got an answer right away. But do it. It's it's fun being a YouTuber, but it's also very a lot of work. Just to let you know. So if you don't see something, there's a reason for it.
Yeah, and when you're a single parent of what, two kids, right?
Actually, three total. I have a
Th-
19-year-old, but he's not at home.
okay, so yeah, but two at home, right? I
Yep.
mean, that's time consuming, and so
Yes.
you're also working full time, and YouTube is another time consuming venture. So family and work comes first.
and playing a little bit of radio.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just don't bother grabbing the video camera. So, but it looks like it's time to go over to the kids' table. I'm gonna pop in there for a little bit before I have to run off to work and say 73 for you guys.
All right. Well, Chris, I hope that this joint live stream venture is of some benefit to you and your channel growth. It's great to see the 15 people or 16 people that have been on the stream and in the chat. Thanks so much for all the channel members. And don't forget, Weekend Warriors live stream this Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, because we're still not back on standard yet. But yeah, I'll say 73. Go enjoy the kids' table, and I'll see you on Friday.
Sounds good.